the things that I shall have taught him or her. So you chose Prinora to say these are the people that can actually take care of our children in the formative years, the most important years, 4 to 5 years. Today we are celebrating, we are saying our children have come to a particular level of recognition, a level where your child shall be recognized worldwide to say this child has spent years, formative years, under the care of Prinora. Can we clap hands for Prinora? Fine. The second thing that I want to make you aware of is the secret behind what you saw here. What are these teachers doing? What is it that is driving them? Maybe if you can share that secret with you, you will be able to take everything back home and find out how you can further expound on what we are doing to your children. We are not beating them. We are teaching them. But we are driven by the values. We sat down and said, but what is it? What is it? What is that value that can actually build a child to a point of being an international person? Then we coiled down the 4 Ds. Are you able to forget the 4 Ds? Please remember them. Forget everything, how I jived, but remember these ones. The 4 Ds are discipline, deportment, diplomacy, and diction. Those are the things that are actually influencing us, and we are rubbing that influence onto your children. As and when they were standing here, performing whatever thing that they were performing, you could actually read in your mind that the professions that they were actually saying and talking about here are the professions that will make them international people. But without these 4 Ds, they might be a song sung and forgotten. But we shall continue to make sure that we always have time to come and celebrate like we are celebrating, but looking at what is it that we have done for us to say, now is the time. The 4 to 5 years are the formative years of your children in growing up into being the responsible people. But they will never come to that unless we all embrace the secret that we are having as Prinora, the 4 Ds. When we talk of diction, just to touch over them, we are talking about the choice and use of words and phrases in speech and in writing. When you find that my child it's surprising me, he comes home with a new term, he comes home with a new attitude of addressing me not as Wena but as Lena. Those are the things that we are teaching them. That as and when you speak with respect to the elders. And hence I'm saying, you can come and take your child. He has diction, she has diction. But if you want it to grow further, no, you're welcome. We can continue. Until they come to that block. That block is grade 7. That is the cream of the school. The second D is diplomacy. Diplomacy here, we're talking about the skill of managing international relations. Diplomacy. But it should start here. We are not looking at a child as and when you bring a child for registration to say, I want my child to go into grade R, and say, okay, fine, it's good, we shall take the child into grade R. We look at that child and we see somebody who can manage international relations, but those international relations should start here. The art of dealing with people in a sensible, sensitive, and tactful way. That's another way you can understand a diplomacy. We're teaching your child to be so responsible and reliant, self-reliant to a point that he should trust in himself, stand for the right things, and never be influenced by things that just come and go. If your child is having a friend whom he or she does not understand, that he should manage those relations by being diplomatic. Being diplomatic to a point of telling a friend to say, from today, you're no more my friend. And that person accepts that and go away from him or her without fighting. That's diplomacy. The third D, deportment. The way a person stands, walks, particularly as an element of etiquette. We only talk about table etiquette and so on. But here we are talking about when you see your child coming home, coming out of transport, he must walk like a confident person. Yeah, coming home. And when he comes to school, when he enters the gate, he must know, when I enter here, this is a different environment altogether. I must run to my class, take my books and read. I usually tell them, I inculcate this thing, consciously or unconsciously. I stand there and I say, run! And at the end of the day, they call me Serran. I'm not Serran. I'm just being driven and influenced by the 4Ds. When I arrived at Prinora, they welcomed me and they introduced me to the 4Ds. Then I was very much at home. Yeah, and the last one, discipline. Discipline, perhaps maybe in a short way of explaining what discipline is, one could actually say the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior. In short, you correct disobedience. Every institution have got rules. And when we come to Prinora, we are saying, we are celebrating with you because we can realize that you are doing very well in terms of disciplining your own children. When they come to school, they must find a disciplined situation and continue to live a disciplined life. So much as we are saying we are celebrating and we are thanking you for trusting us in that, now we have actually given you the secret of what we're doing as Prinora. And let me just check with you, how many are supporting the secret that I've actually divulged to you? Let me see it by the raising of your hands, or else we shall have to change here and there. I doubt whether those that are not raising hands heard me very well. But let me believe that much as we have seen the fruits of the secrets that we have divulged, I think you shall go out here and be proud of Prinora. For those who did not clap hands, you have missed an opportunity, but there will still be another opportunity for you to come and clap hands. In conclusion, let me just give a word of encouragement, of an advice, on how at home can we really help our children to become much as successful than we have seen here, to become international persons, to become responsible, disciplined, to become people with diction, to become diplomats on your behalf. We are saying here, quickly, first thing, you must make sure as a parent at home that you know that it's all about how you respond and not what happens. If you can carry this with you, that it should influence your philosophy, you will be a great man, you will be a great parent to your children. You will help us in the continuity of the element of discipline at home. Never shout onto your child. What is important is, whatever thing that happens, quickly what should come to your mind is, all that matters is how I must respond. After all, this was supposed to happen. If a child breaks a cup at home, it was something that was supposed to happen. What matters is how you respond to your child if your child has broken that glass. Number two, I'm going to be very quick on this one. You must allow your child and yourself as well to know how to be a problem solver. Be a problem solver. That is what we are teaching our children here. So the two worlds must actually connect. They usually talk about education as a societal matter. What we are doing at school should actually be done at home. So have your child as a problem solver. You must know the meaning and the value of struggle. Don't spoil your children. You are giving us a very difficult time. Allow your child to know what a struggle is. Not a struggle, no. The struggle of just having an experience that it is possible that I can go to bed just with bread and not even buttered. When your child can go through such, your child will be something, a treasure to you, will not be a problem to you. You know, there are some parents that they don't know how to teach their children to understand what is struggling, to a point that on all the impossible demands that these children are giving to you, they at the end of the day put you in debt. I wish I could have more time on that one. Number 4, you must know that practice makes perfect. When you tell your child today, listen man, I don't have money to give to you when you go to school. And the child throw tantrums and so on. No, do it again for the second time. And sometimes you must do it withholding the money that you are having. And then from there you must come and reward that child when she comes back home. To say, listen, you behave so well and I said to you, I don't have money. Listen man, I had money and I'm sorry, this is your money. And the child will be very happy to say, yeah, but surely you shall have inculcated something in that child. That child would know that there are times when there is nothing. Yeah. You see, you must allow your child to live up to the character of Paul in the Bible. Paul says, I know what is to be down, I know what is to have much, and I'm satisfied with both worlds. So if you have a child who doesn't know both worlds, that child will never be satisfied. Yeah. But because you were not asudi miracle. Am I talking well? Yes. Thank you. The last one, you must know how to think. You must allow your child to know how to think about money. Money. We have got children here in grade R. They do this thing of just picking up things that do not belong to them. especially money. And whenever we have to treat such cases, we sit back and think twice to say, but how best can we deal with this? And this is the only way. When you are at home with your child, take time and have your child in front of you. Let him or her have the feel of money. Don't hide it. Otherwise, the child will come and steal it. Show the child money and let the child have the feel of money. Give the child the responsibility to say, I'm giving you this 50 rands for the whole week. We must not find there is no bread in the house. You must go and buy bread. Buy bread, come and keep change. And you are exposing your child to be responsible to carry money. In conclusion, finally, let me give you this illustration. You will choose whether you will be falling under the category of being a good parent or a bad parent. Okay? Yeah. Right. It's winter time. Children usually want to come together, particularly in an environment where there will be fire, so that they can warm themselves up. So a child from house A and a child from house B chose to go front opposite where they usually put on fire. And unfortunately, there was nobody to take care of them. And in a short while, there were screamings and so on. And when the parents came to come and look at what was happening, they found that child from house A, child from house B are terribly burned by the fire. And they were burned only on the hands because they were trying to help that the fire should not spill onto the house. The two parents took their children and they started to take care of them. When they took them to the hospital, they were told that these burns are third degree, which means they have burned also even the tissues inside. So they treated them and they took them back home. And when they arrived home, they gave them an instruction to say, clean the wounds and make sure you stretch these hands. Clean the wounds at least twice a day. The mother from house A listened to the child. The child said, Mama, you're killing me. And when you have to stretch, some pieces of flesh would actually fall, because you could actually even see the bones. Yeah. And the child would scream to say, no, Mama, don't do that. But the mother from house B said, I don't care whether you cry, you are not crying condensed milk. No, you are not crying custard. I'm going to do according to the instructions. At the end of the day, the healing of the child from house B was fast-tracked. She healed fast, and the hands were able to move at the end of the day. But from house B, the mother said, I would rather stay with my child. No, I can't do that. And when the healing was delayed, and when the healing was completed, the hands were like this. They could not stretch because when the healing, the hand became one thing, and it was healed like this, and the child was a cripple for the rest of his life like this. Which one was a good mother? Are you also going to do that? God bless you.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you very much. No, apparently he said a mouthful. So to talk or say yeah. rile ba opele go shefeng akere yes so ba tlo tsena go lwalo so a sa tlo bolela selo ile tse mo mo na le
Lorna. I get the word. Lorna. Diamuteva o. Diamuteva. Baba mtu baruti. Baba baruta. Baba bantije cha bana babo. Le bona ka baruta. Karo baruta. Bantije cha baba. Yale. Ya wale wa bunda musarabara. Asara maraponi is just directing us. This is not the day that I'm supposed to talk. Dile nada iponela. If you have eyes, you see. If you have ears, you hear. Anything that is wrong on that day. Next time is correct. We are here to correct things. There are only 3 things that I must tell you today. Why is Victor standing here in front of you? It is because I love you. That's the king. I love you. You love me? I also love you. And number 2, that you must know, I try to be obedient to you and taught these learners to be obedient too. Today I'm going to honor them. Today I'm going to honor them. Because that's the key issue. Alright? Honor your father and your mother. But I see here, mother. Where are the mothers? Raise up your hands for that. Most people are cold, but a few are chosen. Are we together? Are you happy? Are you happy? Servitor is not going to talk today. It's not the one who's talking. It's another servitor. All right. I love you. And I'm trying to be honest. I honor you too. You have honored this occasion. Thank you very much for that. Siana Mare. Kanino Siana Mare? Isi Siana Basukuru. Mare na pegwana. Ngase Siana Basukuru. Let us change the motto of that. All right? I'm just waiting, while in time, waiting. Baru nalabo maten tani mo. Biade, kinagogona program director. Lily, ordinary gentleman. Is that going to be okay? The last thing, I've given you 2 keys, ne? The last thing that you must carry in your head all the time is this one. Prayer. Prayer. Prayer is the key. Prayer is the key. Number 1, love. I love you. I love you. Number 2, honest. I honor you too. The last one, prayer. That's why the school is developing on daily basis with new things because of prayer. Prayer, prayer, prayer. If you don't pray, you are misleading yourself. You are misleading yourself if you don't pray. This is not the day that Saint is supposed to talk. I'm dancing. Give me a song. Program director has run away. Doesn't want to show how he jives. Give us a song. Hey, where now? DJ. Bet, unjele jene. Kinyagowona kinyalaga krasumo. Unayo. Bet. My favor. They know it. Oh, what's up? But what you know that winner? Oh, Savini, Ayelele. Which means you are jealous of yourself.
Oh, Thank you.